I've got huge news for you guys. Donald Trump has named a new candidate who is very pro-crypto that could replace Gary Gensler, who is about to resign very soon. I'll share the details of who this person is. And BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF options trading went live today with some really good numbers. I'll break that down for you guys. And Michael Saylor will be talking to Rumble and MicroSot about adding Bitcoin to their balance sheet. Let's get into it. Hey everybody, welcome into the Thinking Crypto podcast, your home for cryptocurrency news and interviews. I'm your host, Tony Edward. On your way in, please hit that subscribe button as well as the thumbs up button and leave a comment below. If you're listening on a podcast platform such as Spotify or Apple, please leave a 5-star rating and review. Folks, today Bitcoin touched $94,000, hitting a new all-time high. But of course, nothing to call home about because the previous all-time high, which it hit about a week ago, was just over $93,000. However, what we saw, this pump was a bit of a fake out. It moved up and then all of a sudden pulled back significantly. Right now, Bitcoin trading just over $91,000. Now, what we could see here, guys, is a further breakdown that this consolidation is not over. And that's not a guarantee, but you can't rule it out, right? We're talking probabilities here. So we could see a pullback to the 80,000s, which would build support levels before we move up to 100K. That would be very healthy and normal. So expect these things, guys. They're very important. Markets don't move up in a straight line. One of the things I shared with you guys yesterday was that 2 billion in USDT was minted over the weekend. So was 200 million USDC. Well, Tether minted another billion today. You know, I always tell you guys to pay attention to this type of stuff because it means more liquidity is on the way. So let Bitcoin consolidate, let the altcoins consolidate as well, and the liquidity will start flowing back into the market again. And we know where asset prices are going to go, right, guys? Rinse and repeat until the blow off top. And then we have to make sure we take profits, of course. So be patient. A big part of investing is being patient and pay attention to the charts. Stay tuned with the news and everything that's happening. That's why you're subscribed to this channel and podcast. So we're seeing some of these altcoins cool down a bit. Once again, very healthy. If you look at like Dogecoin, XRP, ADA, and so forth on their RSI, daily RSI, it's super overbought, right? So you need the cool downs and expect some pullbacks to build support levels. Now, guys, big news coming out of the Trump camp. So Donald Trump is said to be considering crypto lawyer Teresa Goody Guillén, if I'm saying that right, to lead as SEC chair. Now, you may say, who is this person? So she is a crypto lawyer. Her Twitter profile says partner/lawyer at Baker Hostetler, if I'm saying that right. I probably butchered that, but the TLDR here is she's very pro-crypto. She tweeted out the following on November 13th. U.S. crypto and capital markets will thrive under President Trump. The public has loudly and clearly spoken. Current government has a responsibility to serve the will of the people. Government of the people, by the people, for the people. Abraham Lincoln. I like that. I like that last part. We've often talked about how these government agencies have become rogue, they become too powerful, and they don't even serve the people anymore. And we've talked about Gensler. He's just doing the bidding of the TradFi incumbents, right? He's not here to serve you, but he's supposed to, right? He's taking our tax dollars. But I love that she's saying this, and she could be appointed as SEC chair, a solid candidate in my opinion. In fact, when you look at her tweet history, she actually retweeted Stuart Alderati of Ripple when he tweeted out the following. In Gensler's first 3 years as SEC chair, the agency has been sued for abusing its rulemaking powers more times than the SEC was sued in the prior 10 plus years, spanning the tenure of 3 long-serving chairs combined. So she retweeted that. So it sounds like she's not a fan of Gary Gensler, as many people are not, guys. Even outside of crypto, that people don't like Gensler. He's a scumbag regulator, as I've been calling him for years. Now, one token project founder said she could be an instant change maker. So folks are positive on potentially having her as the SEC chair. Now, there are other candidates in the running, of course, possibly Brian Brooks, possibly Dan Gallagher, who's counsel at Robinhood, but he formerly worked at the SEC. Hester Peirce is in the mix, but she said she doesn't really want the job. Mark Ueda could be one as well, but we'll see. But the point is, as we've been talking about, most likely the pick is going to be pro-crypto or someone who at least understands this technology and doesn't have a political agenda, right, guys? So Things are looking very bright. Gensler's resignation letter should be coming in very soon. And I think the market's going to rip on that news, guys. It's going to be a fun day. We're going to celebrate. I'm going to be live streaming the day that resignation letter comes in. We're going to have a party, guys. It's going to be good times. But like I said, things are looking very bright. We're in a bull market. Many altcoins are waking up following Bitcoin's lead. Gensler's about to be out. We got the pro-crypto president coming into office in January, along with the most pro-crypto Congress ever. So things are looking very good, guys. Now, quick word from our sponsor, and that is VeChain, which is one of the top layer one enterprise smart contract blockchains out there. VeChain works with many brands and companies around the world building Web3 and decentralized applications. Some of the key features of the VeChain blockchain is that it is secure, affordable, scalable, fast, and sustainable. Some of the brands they work with are Givenchy, PwC, Walmart China, BMW, Boston Consulting Group, and more. I've been a VET token holder for years. If you'd like to learn more about VeChain, go to vchain.org. Link will be in the description. Now, guys, today, BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF options trading went live. And here the folks at Bloomberg highlighted that $1.9 billion in exposure was traded. And this is pretty great as far as day one. Eric Balchunas says $1.9 billion is unheard of for day one. He says, for context, Bito did $363 million, and that has been around for 4 years. And also, this is within 25,000 contract position limits. That said, $1.9 billion isn't quite big dog level as yet, though. For example, gold did $5 billion today, but give it a few more days and weeks. So it's going to ramp up, right, guys? But we know BlackRock's going to, drive a lot of folks investing and trading with them. And this is going to bring a lot of liquidity and capital into the crypto market, guys. So really big news. And tomorrow, in fact, Grayscale's Bitcoin ETF options trading will be launched along with Bitwise and some other folks. So the other players, the other ETF issuers are going to get their options as well. So I think this is going to be a big catalyst in what drives Bitcoin higher beyond $100,000 and possibly to $140,000, $150,000. So really big stuff. Now, speaking of BlackRock, BlackRock's tokenization fund, BITL, as many of you know, they have done some expansion. So BlackRock's BITL token, first to go live on Securitize's new platform for minting synthetic dollars while still earning RWA yield. So RWA stands for real world assets. So Securitize has introduced a new way to gain liquidity from real world assets while still earning yield called S token. The token architecture, which uses the ERC 4626 standard, was built in collaboration with makers of the DUSD synthetic dollar Elixir. BlackRock's BITL token will be the first token issued by Securitize to be part of this DUSD RWA institutional program, while other assets plan to be introduced later. So folks, a couple of takeaways here. Remember, BlackRock launched on Ethereum. So if you are an ETH token holder, this is great news. Second, they continue to expand their services in the tokenization market, clearly, and they're looking at generating yield. So they are ramping up, as you can clearly see. And earlier this year, it was announced that the tokenized fund crossed over $500 million. So I hope you see the direction this is heading, guys. They're not slowing down. This thing is here to stay. And as Larry Fink said, I think earlier this year, tokenization is the future of finance. They're going to put everything on the blockchain. We've talked about it, a truly global market, 24/7 trading, no holidays, opening or closing bell, no weekends and all that stuff. And a truly, truly global market that can trade 24/7, guys. So incredible stuff. Now, check this out. Michael Saylor was in a Twitter Spaces today, and he said he will be speaking to the folks at MicroSot, their board actually, next month about buying Bitcoin for their treasury. So we know Saylor has done these Bitcoin for corporations initiatives and conferences. And we heard just about a month ago that there was a proposal to the Microsoft board about buying Bitcoin, but it has to be voted on. Guys, I think this is going to happen. It's just a matter of when. It's not a matter of if. All companies are going to do this as the currency debasement continues globally. And here in the United States, of course, they continue to print more money. And we know the system. This is the fiat system. So this is why you need a hedge. This is why you need assets like crypto to outpace the debasement and inflation, because they are eating away at your purchasing power. And not many people recognize that. And you may say, well, I can invest in the stock market or real estate. Yes, but they don't move as fast as Bitcoin and crypto. So this is why I put the majority of my bets in the crypto market, because it moves faster than the debasement and gives you higher returns. So pretty amazing. Saylor also replied to Rumble's CEO on Twitter saying that he would like to discuss about adding Bitcoin to the balance sheet. So this is crazy, what's happening here. But a lot of companies are going to do this, guys. And Rumble, as a smaller company, it makes sense. And Saylor has the credibility. He has the track record of having success with this. So it's going to be a pretty easy pitch. And there have been some updated accounting rules from the government. I think it's FASB, which makes it easier for companies to add Bitcoin to their balance sheet. So things are aligning. Plus, you got the narrative of the Bitcoin Strategic Reserve. We know states are introducing bills like that. There's one on the federal level, obviously. So I don't know if that's going to happen this cycle. If it does, it will be amazing. But, a lot of people are going to try to front run the United States, especially on the federal level. States may try to front run the federal level and other countries as well. So things are moving in the right direction, guys. Very bullish. All right, folks, let me know what you think. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Hit the thumbs up button. Guys, a great way you can support me in the podcast. If you appreciate the content, it's 100% free, of course. Please subscribe to my free email newsletter on Substack. It's 100% free. Link will be in the description. Also, grab a copy of my book, Rethinking Crypto. It's available on Amazon in paperback and digital. Buy a copy for yourself. Buy a few copies for your friends and family who want to learn crypto. Give it as a gift this holiday. It will make a great gift. And if you bought a copy already, please leave a rating and review on Amazon. It will really help out my rankings. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all, and I'll talk to you all later.